Are you struggling for a job and you're not getting any result? Then this video is for you. So welcome to my channel Bharath.Insights. This video is all about how to become a data analyst and find job fast. So whether you are a student or a working professional looking for a transition into this data domain, this video will be helpful. Okay. So if you want to become a data analyst or if you want to come into this data industry, the first and foremost step is to start with a data analyst job, because you have in the market data engineering as well as a data science. But the fruitful step is to come into this market is a data analyst, because the domain is very easy to enter compared to data engineering as well as a data scientist. So we will start with what kind of skills needed to become a data analyst. The first and foremost skill every developer should know is Microsoft Excel. Excel is very important because once you have been onboarded into the project, so the first and foremost data you will be seeing in Excel itself. So you have to be very much familiarized with pivot tables, conditional formatting, basic formulas in Excel, and how you can do the calculations in Excel. So these are all the things which are mandatory for you to know, and to start your journey is with Excel. The second foremost step after learning Excel which is needed is a SQL, structured query language, because most of the companies keep their data in the databases, and in order to deal with the database you have to know the language called SQL. You cannot compromise learning this skill. You need to be good with basic to medium in the SQL. You can start with data query language, DDL, DML, TCL, all these statements, the median concepts like joins, window functions, views, CTEs, and stored procedures. And if you get more time, you can jump into advanced concepts in SQL as well. So SQL is must and needed tool for every data analyst. The third important skill as a data analyst you need to learn is any of the data visualization tool, either it's a Power BI or a Tableau. So most people will confuse what to learn first. So if you are into Microsoft tech stack already, and if you are good with Excel, you can start learning this Microsoft Power BI instead of Tableau. So if you want to learn Tableau, both combined works on the same principle, but you should know the fundamentals in the data visualization concepts. So if I can talk about Microsoft Power BI, you have to be good with data loading inside the Power BI, and you have to be good with Power Query transmissions where you do all this ETL part, and then data visualization, what kind of charts you are going to use, and you will be submitting to the business, the storytelling part. And once you are done with this, you have to be good with the data modeling concepts and how you can write the DAX measures in Power BI. And at the end, how do you collaborate and share your reports to the stakeholders? So Power BI service is involved into this picture. So if you have time, try to build some good amount of work in the Microsoft Power BI, which is a skill number 3. The fourth important skill if you want to become a data analyst is a Python, because it's a programming language. Most of the companies started asking a developer should know the Python, because data cleaning and automations, all this stuff can be happen and most accurately with Python. So if you are comfortable with this programming language, try to add this Python skill into your bucket list so that your profile will be boosted among all the competition. So if you are good with these 4 skills, and you can jump into the program of data analytical and job search very easy. So one challenge I see with every data aspirant is that they don't know where to start. They start with Excel, they start with SQL, then move to Power BI, then they'll move to Python, and they feel overwhelmed because there is no clear roadmap for them. That's why I recommend a following a structured path, and that I recommend to most of the people is a DataCamp. What I like about this DataCamp is you are writing the code in your browser and you are getting an instant feedback. So no need of installing additional softwares, downloading, installing. These are all the tasks is not at all needed for you. You are writing the real code on real data sets from the day one itself, not just watching tutorials. So for the data analytics, what kind of a real-time experience you wanted to gain and to crack at interviews, everything is covered in these modules. For aspiring data analyst, I specifically recommend their associate data analyst in SQL track, because it is designed in such a way that what kind of an interview preparation and what kind of an hiring process actually happens in terms of SQL, especially SQL data manipulation, exploratory data analysis. And you will be working on real-time data sets, not just toy examples. And here is the part that matters to find a job fast. Each track comes with a matching DataCamp certification, which you can able to attempt once you are completing this module. And these are not multiple choice quizzes. These are a timed real-time questions and working on real-time data sets. And once you clear the certification, it will be boosted your resume as well as a LinkedIn presence, and you will be beating a lot of competition. Links to the data analyst track and data analyst certification from the DataCamp is available in the top of this video description if you want to follow a structured path in your program. Now let's continue for the next steps involved in this roadmap and the most important steps needed for it. The next important steps after learning the skill set in a structured way is to build a real-time project portfolio. So portfolio well missed by most of the aspiring data analysts. Let's say if you're attending for an interview or if you're applying for any jobs, recruiters will expect your hands-on work. Portfolio is nothing but a proof of work what you have learned during this journey. So if you are giving me a project portfolio link, I will be looking into your link and I will be knowing at what stage you are in terms of preparation, what kind of projects you have done in your journey. A simple projects to add in your resume could be one project for one to, let's say Excel. You can do budget tracker or a profit and loss statement or any analytical related stuff what you have done in Excel. And if you come to SQL, you can do a SQL database project. So if you need, let me know in the video comment. I'll try to give you SQL related projects. And for Power BI, you can do a real-time dashboards, let's say sales analytical dashboard, HR analytics dashboard, and supply chain analytical dashboard. So these are all the dashboards you can add into your project portfolio. And if you want to talk about a Python, you can start with exploratory data analytical project, how you will do the data cleaning steps, how you will handle the data transformations in Python using NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, and Seaborn. So these are the terminologies you can use in Python. You can add it into your portfolio. So a simple portfolio can be done by a lot of websites available now, and simple could be a Linktree where you can easily click all the modules for a recruiter to understand easily. Another important parameter after having a portfolio is, in order to apply for jobs, you need to have a resume. So resume should be ATS standardized resume. You have to be available, which is nothing but applicant tracking system. So most people reach out to me on my LinkedIn saying, Bharath, I have been applying for jobs. If I ask you how do you apply for jobs, I'll go to a portal and I'll say apply. And I will be asking them, are you getting any response? The answer is no. So if you're not getting any response after applying 100 jobs, 200 jobs, 500 jobs, the answer is your resume is not properly enough to qualify for that job, particular job. Okay. So you need to have a proper ATS standardized resume. The ideal score should be 80 plus. So if you want a ATS standardized template, let me know in the chat. I'll make a detailed video how you can prepare a resume for your data analyst job journey. So after learning the skills, if your resume is poor, you don't get your dream job for sure. So obviously you have to work on parallelly on improving your resume. So let me know how many of you people are done with skills, and if you're failing in resumes, I'll help you in my next video. One more step is, after having a good resume of ATS, you have to apply for the jobs. You need to be applying the jobs in Naukri portal as well as in LinkedIn. So you need to know how you can use these two portals very effectively. So in LinkedIn, you can reach out to a lot of people for referrals, and you can go to LinkedIn jobs and you can go to LinkedIn posts, whoever is posted as hiring. Reach out to those people and send them a proper LinkedIn connection request and send your resume, send your portfolio into their DMs. Once they will accept, share your job ID, which job you are looking for that role. And obviously they'll generate a referral link so that they can track which stage you are in the interview. They can provide you a very good update if you are having a good LinkedIn networking. So whatever the things you are learning, try to upload it on LinkedIn so that your learnings will be reaching out to a lot of people. And if a recruiter can be active on LinkedIn, they will also scroll your LinkedIn posts and they will be understanding, okay, this candidate is, learning and upskilling himself, and he'll be updating regularly on LinkedIn. So which will be added advantage for your job search. Try to make at least 500 plus LinkedIn connections. So if you want to use LinkedIn effectively, again, let me know. I'll try to make a LinkedIn video for my audience, and it will be helpful for them how you can apply jobs, what job strategies you can able to knowing. I'll try to make a detailed video on LinkedIn. But in order to start your job application strategies, try to have a proper LinkedIn account and maintain 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. So the last and foremost important strategy is you have learned everything, you have a resume, and you have very good LinkedIn profile, and you are applying for jobs. Now you are getting an interview call. So what to do now? Most people will miss this step and they'll start appearing for interviews and they'll fail in their interviews. The important step in your roadmap is mock interviews. So you have to attend a lot of mock interviews because you learn the skills and you don't know how to explain the skills or a project in your interview, so you will end up losing the game. So before attending original interviews, start practicing more in the mock interviews. It will remove the fear in you and it will give you confidence what kind of a strategies you have to implement in your original interviews. So start attending mock interviews. You can use a chat GPT, you can use your networks to ask and host a real-time interview. So they will be helping you a lot. So if you have a good networking, ask them, reach out to people for an interview so they can help you out. So this step is very important. Having mock interview preparation before giving your original interviews is very important. Now I wanted to talk about the most common mistakes people do in this preparation exploration stage. So the mistake number one, most people start applying the jobs after spending 3 months, 6 months in terms of preparation. Then they'll come to the market for job applications. So which is again a myth. You have to spend 1 or 2 months in your journey and start applying for jobs at that particular point of time by adding your what you are good with. Let's say if you are good with Power BI, add your Power BI projects, Excel projects, SQL projects, Python projects, then start applying with the resume. Then you will be knowing what kind of expectations are available in the market so that you can fill those gaps in your journey. So people spend 6 months in preparation, then they'll come to the market again, they'll spend 3 months, 4 months, 5 months on making this adjustment. They will end up losing the game. So if you want to get a job faster, start applying jobs while you are in preparation itself. Mistake number two, even though you have everything in hand, but if you don't have any networking in your circle, then you will end up losing. Start attending a lot of tech events which are happening around your place. Whether you are in Hyderabad, you can attend Hyderabad tech events. Go and meet people, have a proper networking, exchange the LinkedIn connections, ask people in live for a referrals, showcase your stuff. Obviously they'll give you a referral. So start building your network in your boundaries. They are your first POC to give a referral. So try to reach out to people, maintain very good LinkedIn connections, and they can able to help you for generating referrals. Mistake number three, which is a preparation strategy. Most people only focus on watching tutorials. They don't focus on building the hands-on projects. So you have to, let's say if your preparation strategy is of 3 hours of learning anything, spend 2 hours in learning the theory and 1 hour in the hands-on practice. Repeat this for the initial, first month, second month. Then increase your gears. 2 hours hands-on practice, 1 hour is on theory. Start building more of projects rather than watching just tutorials. So most people do this mistake and they will end up losing the game. So these are all the important things which I wanted to cover for everyone. So if you have any kinds of doubts or if you need any other clarifications, do let me know in the comment box. I'm happy to help you out. And subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget to check out the video links of DataCamp, which I just mentioned, for a structured roadmap, and it will be helpful for your job search. Thank you so much and see you in the next video.